mean, I've always kind of had the mindset of I've always kind of been a fire nerd and taken this job pretty serious, but it's kind of pushed me to share the story more with the newer members.
When we arrived, it was just smoke, but by the time we got off and got our BAs on and got ready, there were flames from the roof.
And that's when I heard just 2 loud crashes in the corner off my right shoulder here. I knew it was coming down, so I just started sprinting for the door.
We're on the 3000 block of Foothill Boulevard, LA County Fire and Glendale Firefighting.
On fire ripping through a bakery here in La Crescenta at the corner of Foothill and Ramsdell Avenue.
Inside, they were in defensive mode at one point. Flames had been shooting out.
For time to go, taking a defensive posture after the entire ceiling. Conscious and is on his way to the hospital to be checked out, but again, a stubborn 2-alarm fire with 65 firefighters on scene trying to get this one under control.
We were coming through and looking back, and then it seemed like it was like another 30, 40 feet on the shoulder.
Yeah, I kind of remember this being
wider
to the wall.
It seems wider, right?
Yeah.
You got to about maybe that puddle.
Yep.
And you can hit it from right here because it was just that little glow.
Yeah.
And that's when I stood up, kind of came in, and then right when I turned, that's when I heard it like hit right here. All this right here probably just gave away.
Yep.
And that's probably what that was right there.
Yep.
Commercial building fire, 63rd District, Foothill Boulevard, cross of Ramsdell Avenue. Restaurant on fire with 2 people on the roof.
We got right to work, started a transitional attack with getting some water on the roof, and then started making entry with water inside.
My captain, Nate, he told me I could get a good angle at it from right here, and that's when I stood up and came in, and then immediately turned around, and then that's when I heard just 2 loud crashes in the corner off my right shoulder here, and then it started just pushing me down. And when I got to about the threshold of the door there, I could feel all the material from the drop ceiling on top of me, and then the second collapse happened with the industrial fridges that were in here, right next to the front door there, and it pinned me down.
When I first realized that the collapse had happened, I was pumping out in front of the structure, and I looked and I saw a firefighter carry on down in front of the doorway. So I told the engineer off engine A2, hey, you got my panel? And then I grabbed a Halligan and a chainsaw off the engine. So in this building, there was 2 large bay windows. So I took the Halligan and took both windows, so that way I could make access because everyone's in that doorway jammed. So I took the 2 windows, and then there's blinds down covering because the business was closed at the time, and pulled the blinds out of the way, and that's where Nate's hand came out with his glove, and then he came out that window.
I was head in, feet out towards the A side of the building, towards the exit. Ryan Kerwin, he broke the window, and when that happened, that gave me a good surge of energy. So I was able to wrestle myself free, kind of give myself a backwards crawl push-up out, and then they grabbed my legs and pulled me out of there.
And I fired up a chainsaw and then relieved the weight off a firefighter carry-on because the way the collapse was, it was almost like a V collapse. So all that weight sitting on him, and if I could break up those members, it'd relieve the pressure that they were able to pick it up enough to get him out.
It was a sigh of relief. Everyone was around me, all checking in on me. They dragged me out to the street. And then I just sat there for a second and just thought of my family, thought of my daughter, because she was 3 months at the time, thought of my wife. People started coming up to me and starting to see all my friends and my coworkers and everyone I knew. And just knowing everyone was there and everyone did give it 110 and they got you out.
I felt God was with me, God's always with me, so that always gives me comfort and strength, and just tried to use the power of God, power of my family, and everything else to get myself free.
What motivated me was, this is what I signed up to do. This is my job. I would expect anybody else to do it for me, so that was what I was going to do.
Ryan, thank you for the help. Thank you for what you did for me, brother, what you did for Brian. Appreciate you being so heads up. Thankfully you, admire you, and hope I can repay the debt someday.